Hello, this is Emel and I'll be talking about unpacking standards, and I'm going to cover fractions unit for third grade math subject. And in our school we are using Common Core state standards. So in this case I'll be talking about those two standards, 3 and FA1. Understand a fraction 1 over b as a quantity formed by one part when a whole is partitioned into b equal parts. Understand a fraction a over b as a quantity formed by a parts of size 1 over b. In this standard, the verbs used is understand, and the nouns are fractions, part, whole, 1 over b, b equal parts. And this is the standard that I'm going to be focused on. And the other standard is NFA2. Understand a fraction as a number of number line represent fractions on a number line diagram. And here the verbs used are understand and represent. Nouns used in this particular standard is fractions, number line diagram. So according to Bloom's taxonomy chart classification, understand is explained as explain ideas or concepts. Classify, describe, discuss, explain, identify, locate, recognize, report, select, translate. And here I wanted to come up with some skills that I can use the verbs that I use in understand. So as you can see here, I wanted to color the verbs that correspond to the verbs in the section skills that I came up with. So skills are like objectives that I want students to learn at the end of this unit. So they are to be able to identify and represent unit fractions, to be able to identify unit fractions and recognize that the comparisons are valid only when the two fractions refer to the same size whole. This is referring to the second standard actually. To be able to correctly name the equal parts created as a result of partitioning a whole to solve a story problem. Again, this is the second standard. As you can see, in the apply, we have solve, and this is applying to second standard. To be able to name fractions from the addition of unit fractions using fraction circles as tools. To be able to use visual fractions models to represent fractions in word problems that connect to real-world applications through the use of technology and teamwork. To be able to create, name, and write fractions to build wholes in different ways. To be able to create, name, and write fractions by reasoning about the relationship between the whole and a unit fraction. To be able to model, name, and write fractions in a set. So when I was unpacking those standards, I came up with those skills, and in order to achieve, make students achieve those skills, here I came up with some the big idea, activities, and assessments. So the big idea here is that students need to create and identify what is an equal part of a whole and be able to make meaning of that knowledge. And activities for that are going to be, we will watch, we're going to first introduce the unit, of course, and we're going to talk about it, and then I'm going to show them videos about fractions, and we're going to do an activity. We're going to have strips, the same size strips, and we're going to cut the strips of same size construction paper and give directions to create a fraction strip poster. And also another thing that we're going to do is just giving them those strips and asking them, cutting them out and then making the whole, bringing them together in the next following lessons. So we're also going to cut two different size pieces and compare if they are the same size. Analyze and find a solution to word problems. Students will play and act. They will name equal parts correctly. And in this case, actually, I'm making them to record a video about how they are acting. So that the video also is going to be an assessment. Building geometric shapes by using blocks and naming them. It's also important for ELS students and special education students to visualize. Representing fractions on a number line, adding and subtracting fractions with common denominator, make a coloring book. So we're going to have some activities. We're going to also work on our Go Math notebook, book in the classroom. It's going to be all inclusive. The whole class is going to work on that. So the assessments I'm gonna use is assess first the video outcome of their task, give them their homework sheet as an assessment in the class. I'm sending home a worksheet and I'm gonna assess them from the same sheet. And students will take their mid-chapter checkpoint test and chapter test as summative on Go Math book. And there I'm going to also give that activity of the strips, cutting strips and making a hole as an assessment too. This is going to be an assessment for learning. And group work, challenging questions. They are going to analyze some word problems and try to come up with a solution. This is again assessment for learning. These are all formative assessments. And students will play and act. It will be an formative assessment again on the same subject. They are going to be acting. Representing fractions on a number line is also going to be a mini assessment. Third assessment that I'm going to use. Thank you very much.